Alright, so I got the piece of pecan in here. I don't have any buckets or anything big enough, so I'm having to make this mold out of a laundry basket. I'm using some Flex Seal to seal it up. Let that sit for about 4 hours and then we'll come in and we'll start pouring. All right, they're all stirred up and ready to go. And we are going to hold off on this, and we're going to use this little thing right here. And right now they're at 71. We're going to wait until they get to about 125, 130, and then we're going to pour them into here. Little layers at a time, right in here and up here, and see what happens. And then we're going to fill this whole thing up. There's going to be a pretty big bowl. All right, well, this is heating up. I got some cracks I got to fill, so I'm going to use some of the blue to get into these cracks and stuff here. And that's why I did a little bit extra of this. $2.38. Whew. I just can't balance this thing out. I don't know what's going on. I mean, even with it shaking, I should be able to get it round, and it's just not, it's like it's not rounding. What is going on? Why the hell? I can't even get a circle. Something's going on. No matter what I do. This is too out of balance. I'm not going to be able to do it. All right, we got it set up right here. We got that new piece of wood. And I don't know if this is going to hold, but I got packed tape on the inside, and we're going to mix up all this resin. I'm not sure if you can see in the camera right here, 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 and here, I got some cracking. You're not going to want to see this. Oh, maybe not. I figured it would crack right off. Everyone freaking out that I'm wasting resin. Realize that all of that resin I just pounded off right here is going into another project. Boom. This is to raise it up so it will go onto the chuck and hopefully not be too out of balance. so I haven't touched this one since my accident. I was working on it back then, and as you saw in the previous part of the video, I've been chasing it. I've got the other one sitting over here, it's just too much out of balance. This one, the lip is not straight, but we have it chucked up on the coal jaw, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the bottom down here, and then we will go ahead and finish this, and I believe we're going to use some polyurethane or some lacquer for the finish. All right, let's get this going. I've got to try to sand this, so I need to get this off, and I'm going to try to sand it down, and I've turned down the speed even more. All right, guys, there it is, the pecan swirl. I call this pecan squirrel because, or swirled squirrel, that's funny, because this is pecan. It was very punky, okay? You saw that I had to, about halfway through, I did do another blank. I had to pour another blank, and the other one's sitting over there. I'll turn it some other time. It was getting too small, and this one, they were both really out of balance, and it's because this wood's so light, because it's so punky and rotting, all right, and then the resin is so heavy and it gets it off kilter. Right here is where the resin, when I was pouring it, it cracked, but you cannot see it so well. All right, so, but I finished it with teak oil. That stuff will harden up, and in a few days I will spray it with a lacquer or a polyurethane, and I'll call it done. Sorry, I'm not gonna be able to show you that part because I gotta get this video out. Plus, I have to go, and just in case you guys want to see what my shirt says, real quick, someday we'll all be dead. But I gotta go with the wife somewhere, so I hope that you'll head on down, hit that thumbs up button, share the video, leave a comment below, and if you can, check out the link to the Humane Society down below and donate a few pennies to them. Every cent counts. They're really hurting. I appreciate everything you guys do. Until next video, stay cool.